Alright, boys, I'm back. Did you miss me? Probably not. It's all good. This time, I'm gonna talk to you about the 7 deadly sins. Rhea Bloody Ripley. Where to begin with Rhea Ripley? She represents the sin of pride. She has the biggest head in the company and is totally unwarranted. She is no star, she has no star power, and nobody has ever bought a ticket to a WWE show to watch Rhea Bloody Ripley. Also, she doesn't fucking wrestle. She wrestles like twice every month. So I don't know where this feeling of arrogance and superiority has come over her, but it's kind of ridiculous. Not only is she prideful of what she does, and what she does is not that good, but she also has the thinnest skin in the company right now. How many times have you seen a Rhea Ripley tweet of her melting down on Twitter for the dumbest things ever? Best example I can think of is like a few weeks back, she melted down on her Twitter on her fans because they weren't taking women's wrestling serious enough and it was making it hard for women to make it in the company. It was a complete and utter spurg. Out of all wrestlers in the company right now, the last person that should be calling out the fans is Rhea Bloody Ripley because her fan base is made up of spurgs that want to get pegged and dominated by her. Can you imagine going on the internet and asking Rhea Ripley to dominate you and calling her mommy? All her fans are basically iDubbbz. Can you imagine being the same as iDubbbz? She is the perfect example of the sin of pride. She has an overinflated ego. She cannot back it up in the ring. She cannot back it up on the mic. And anytime she does wrestle, which is twice a month, it is a shit show. Moving on to the second sin we gotta talk about, the sin of is not only stuffing your face with McDonald's every day, it is also laziness. And when I think about the most lazy wrestler in the company right now, which is a handpicked guy of Triple H, the thing that comes to my head is Mr. CM Punk. Chick Magnet Punk. Now, you might be saying to yourself, how could CM Punk possibly be a Triple H guy? He had so much beef with Triple H. And while you are 100% correct about that, CM Punk has to be the laziest person in the company right now. He was popular for so many years because he was anti-establishment. You know, he did the pipe bomb. Everybody loves the pipe bomb, even though it kind of ruined wrestling because when he did it, everybody else wanted to do their own version of it, and it just got worse and worse as it went on. But whatever. He did that. It was a great moment. Everybody loved it, and he made his career. He was known for being the guy that stood up to the company and went against what the company wanted. Since he's come back, he has been the perfect little company shill there is. He's out there advertising, talking about Netflix, doing all that, going with everything. You know, the reason CM Punk was so popular is because he would always call out the bullcrap in WWE. He lazy with his promos and how he acts and how he carries himself. You can tell that he's there just for the paycheck. He can't go in the ring as much as he could, and he himself has admitted it to that. So it's just him just hanging around, living off his past self as much as he can so he can make as much money as possible. Now, going back to the concept of gluttony and, stuffing your face, this could be a little bit of a far reach. Let's argue that he's a little more gluttonous when it comes to female wrestlers, married man, by the way. We all know the rumors with a certain female wrestler and what CM Punk might or might not have been doing. Rumors, speculation, but gluttony do be showing itself in more ways than one. And Seth Rollins. This guy is angry about his position in the company 24/7. He is the biggest company shill there is, and he still can't get what he wants. Everybody knows that Seth Rollins wants to be the guy, but he's always the Randy Orton to everybody else's John Cena. While everybody else is John Cena and they're playing with the main title in the main show, Seth Rollins is stuck over on Raw fighting over the second world championship. He has issues with CM Punk, and you can tell that he has issues with Roman Reigns. He clearly wants to be Roman Reigns, but he just can't get there because he's not as talented as Roman Reigns. So he is the perfect example of wrath. Let's get to a very serious sin that we have been dealing with for like 3 years now, and that is the sin of. Now, who would take that? Who would be the champion of lust? It is another hand-picked Triple H guy. It is, of course, Michael Cole. Now, you may be asking yourself, how could Michael Cole possibly be the face of lust? Well, let me tell you this. Michael Cole is the perfect representation of lust because he meat rides Cody Rhodes a lot. You can tell that Michael Cole really, really, really likes Cody Rhodes in a very unhealthy way. And not only that, you can hear the saliva coming out of his mouth when he talks or commentates over a Cody Rhodes match. He is the biggest meat writer for Cody Rhodes. In WrestleMania this year, he had to go on the mic before the main event and say how he usually meat writes Cody Rhodes and how he's gonna try and stop that for tonight, and he somehow still failed at that. He still meat rode Cody Rhodes. Michael Cole, if he was a woman, he would spread those cheeks for Cody Rhodes 24/7. This man is such a meat rider for Rhodes that he cried. He cried in WrestleMania when Cody won the title for the first time against Roman. He cried for an ending to a predetermined match on a predetermined sport to an ending that he knew about. He knew about the ending and he still cried. It is insane. We've been dealing with Michael Cole sucking off Cody Rhodes 24/7 on commentary and nobody is bringing it up. Nobody tells him to tone it down or calm down. He is the perfect definition of a meat writer. Not only does he ride the meat, he does spins and tricks on it. This man needs to calm down. The sin of envy. Now, of course, you were all wondering how and when would I bring up Cody Rhodes himself? And here you go. Cody Rhodes is the perfect example of the sin of envy because he wants to be everything that he cannot be. He wants to be The Rock. He wants to be Stone Cold. He wants to be Hulk Hogan. But he will never get to that level of stardom because he sucks. He's worse than you can ever imagine. Is worse than sitting through 20 Bella Twin matches in a row. He can't do anything correct. And the only reason he is at the level he is because nobody else around him can somehow carry this company. And the sad part is that he is not carrying this company either. How many times they tell you the same shit over and over and over again about Cody Rhodes? Cody, you are the best. Cody, you put this company on your back, and because of you, sales are up, viewership is up, relevancy is up. No. None of that shit happened. A great rule with the WWE is anytime Triple H or the company tells you something, they're lying to you. The complete opposite of what they're telling you is actually happening. So every time they bring out somebody who suck Cody's off in front of the fans and say how much of a great job he's doing and how much of a workhorse champion he was, they're lying to you. Relevancy is down, viewership is down, sales is down, everything is down when it comes to this company. The only reason this company is making as much money as it is right now is because there's ads everywhere. In a show that is 2 hours long, an hour and 45 minutes of that are ads. Ads everywhere. Ad breaks 24/7. Ads on the ring. Ads on the weapons. When there's a promo, guess what? They're advertising something to you. Everything is an ad. Don't think, just consume. And be happy with the slop we give you. Nothing is up for this company. This company is actually doing a lot worse. It's because Triple H and all his great wisdom took the whole roster that he has available to him and he handpicked Cody Rhodes, a unproven jobber that had nothing going for him and is in his 40s, but he's somehow supposed to carry the company for years to come. This is why everything they do is so boring and lame, that they had to bring John Cena to somehow try and save him. They had John Cena at WrestleMania wrestle this guy. And John Cena, God bless his heart, tried everything he could to make this guy look somewhat believable and good in the ring. But it's impossible. You are asking for him to get blood out of a stone. It just doesn't happen. And poor Cena, during the WrestleMania match, was laughing at Cody Rhodes. And you can't even blame him. If I was John Cena, one of the best to do it, and they told me to go out there in an arena filled with, okay, it wasn't filled. That was a lie. They didn't sold out that arena. It was like empty. Whatever. They told me to go out to an arena with some fans, because nobody went there, and make Cody Rhodes look good. I would laugh too. Just like he did when he wrestled Cody Rhodes. Because how is John Cena supposed to make Cody Rhodes look good when Cody is in there flopping around like a dead fish in the middle of the ring? I would have laughed at him too, just like Cena did. Now I know I was supposed to be talking about the sin of envy and how he represents it, but I kind of spurred out a bit. Going back to my original argument of how he is an envious fuck, not only does he want to be the face of the company and go to the same level as some of the greats like Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, he'll never get there because he just doesn't have the skill, but he also envies his own family somehow. How many times has Cody Rhodes brought up his dad? I feel like I've heard more about Dusty Rhodes in these few years than his whole life in the WWE. Every other sentence this guy says has to do with Dusty Rhodes. Stop envying your dad. He also envies Triple H for some reason, which is sad because Triple H ain't no main eventer. Triple H became a main eventer when the real main eventers left the company, but I'll get to that in another point. Do you remember back in AEW where this fringe lord grabbed a sledgehammer and fake broke a throne to represent Triple H, but then a few years later went back and worked for Triple H and now is his top guy? This guy would sell his own family down the river if he could get what he wants. He is an envious with no skill or talent that wants to be more. The guy that Triple H loves more than anybody else, more than Cody Rhodes if you can imagine, as the representative of these last two sins. And of course, I am talking about the one, the only Triple H himself, because we all know that Triple H is the biggest mark for himself. Just look at his Hall of Fame speech, which took 2,000 years to get done with. He is the perfect example of greed, because since he took over, everywhere you look at ads 24/7. There's also ads on the weapons right now. We have the Slim Jim table and the Fireball ladder. The Money in the Bank briefcase was brought to you by Cash App. Ticket prices are also wild right now. A nosebleed seat all the way in the back, literally touching the roof of the stadium, for a random SmackDown can run you at least like $150. $150 for a SmackDown episode. It is insane. At the current situation, WWE should be paying people to come see SmackDown Live. And the pay-per-views are even worse. What were the prices at WrestleMania if you wanted a front row seat? 10 grand to see Cody Rhodes? Absolutely not. It is insane what they are charging. It is highway robbery. And I don't know why they're doing it, because wrestling always been seen as trailer park entertainment. And I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people that live in trailer parks can't afford 10 grand to go to WrestleMania. This is why they say they're doing the best they have ever been doing financially, is because they are charging an arm and a leg for WrestleMania, a mid at best WrestleMania, and now they're making every pay-per-view 2 nights, a 2-night event, so they can double dip, because you know there are gonna be marks out there that are gonna pay these prices and see nothing wrong with them, and you know they are all fans of Rhea Ripley. Yes, I brought it back to Rhea Ripley. He's not only greedy because the company has become money hungry ever since he was placed in charge. He's greedy in other ways too. He is greedy when it comes to the spotlight and having all attention on himself. He is an attention-seeking missile. Triple H takes interview after interview, podcast after podcast, because he has always been an attention-seeking missile. They have lost their minds, and they don't know what they're doing. The next sin that he represents perfectly is the sin of sloth. And that is because he doesn't do his job. He sucks at creative. Creative right now is the worst it has ever been. People call out Vince Russo, saying that he is the worst writer of all time, that he killed WCW. Well, Triple H is killing WWE right now with his terrible writing and his non-existing storylines. If he just stepped down, if he just Stop being the head of creative. He can do whatever else he's doing right now. I don't know what else he does except of take up space. But if he just took a step away from creative and let somebody else take care of it, the show would be so much more better. And they wouldn't have to charge the same 7 neckbeards $10,000 to see Cody Rhodes lose to John Cena. And yeah, those are all the 7 sins of handpicked guys of Triple H. I would like to thank you all for watching if you made it this far. I know it's been quite a while since I've posted one of these random spurgs online. You know the old saying, today is a misery, tomorrow is a mystery, you never really know what's gonna happen. Well, same thing goes here. I've taken enough of your time. See ya.